here, 2v2 faction battle, Calderis Refinery. It's Tyranids versus Space Marines. First up, Floid is a big stompy Hive Tyrant, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. Good offense and support, fights melee. To start off anyway. Alongside, Calderis 4 is a Lictor Alpha melee specialist that can infiltrate and disrupt, has some great offense too. Red team for the Space Marines, Illethor is a force commander, offensive melee commander with good versatility, can tank, disrupt and support with some buffs also. And alongside is Dark Riku's Apothecary, support commander that fights melee by default, can get a ranged weapon, starts off with a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration aura. He's going to be looking after the natural victory point on the east side. Floid has a natural on the west for blue team and contested VP mid. It's Calderis Refinery classic 2v2 map. Lictor Alpha infiltrates and goes in on the scouts, so expect a scout sergeant from perhaps both of the Space Marine players to make his infiltration a lot less useful. We still get the 20% damage resistance from range fire, of course, from infiltration if he's partially revealed, as it's called. We have double termagants into spawn mines for both Tyranid players, and looks like we have a reasonably big engagement in mid. There is battle cry from the force commander, given a 10% damage buff and then another 10% every time he performs one of those special attacks, but he's forced off there. Only the initial 10% went off. Here comes spawn mines. These are Floids, basically floating grenades that damage and suppress nearby infantry when they go off, even allied infantry, so you've got to be careful with positioning. And Calderis 4 has his in amongst Riku's Marines, but they do get away okay. Apothecary was pressuring termagants, but runs away. Calderis 4 has toxin sacks up already, 500, 491 early on. Expect a very aggressive and pressure filled opening from the Tyranids. Tactical Marines on the field for both Space Marine players. These guys are Illethors. In retreat though, can the Hive Tyrant get a model? No. Very durable and versatile heavy infantry, and a scout sergeant is up for Illethor's scouts. Gives them a fragmentation grenade, makes them a bit more survivable as well, of course. And sergeant up for Riku as well. There is flesh hooks from the Lictor Alpha, his starting ability, and a very, very powerful one it is. Forces off those scouts. There was a grenade, but it seems like it didn't do much. Termagants take the east for a triple cap early on for the Tyranids. Talk about some early pressure. Devastators now for Illethor. Assault Marines for Riku and more scouts for Illethor. Force Commander trying to get into combat. It's going to be very difficult with 4 termagant broods around, all with crippling poison. Maybe he should get his Storm Shield out. 500, 425. Still that triple cap. Devastators are set up behind this cover with the heavy bolters suppressing those termagants. And termagants are hitting power alongside Hormagos there. He does run away though. Apothecary forcing them off. Maybe we'll see the bolter, I would think. I don't think a melee Apothecary will do very well against all that crippling poison. Assault Marines jumping in though. Maybe he can lead with Assault Marines and bring his melee Apothecary in behind. Jump troops that disrupt when they land, very good for countering ranged squads in general, but especially setup teams. Very tough as well, 400 hit points per man of heavy infantry armor. Hive Tyrant backs off, and that is the downside of lots and lots of high up the map pressure. If you're forced off in a full retreat, you have a very long retreat to go, and you're just going to lose the map. Raveners on the field for Calderis 4. Start off as a melee squad, but these guys do have their Devourer upgrade, gives them a ranged weapon, but they still retain decent melee damage. Can borrow strike to disrupt. 500, 362. Tactical Marines flesh hooked and go down to a sync kill from the Lictor Alpha. Stabbed him in his knees there. Killing blow. 500, 362, 1-to-1 cap. Ravener Brood are going to take this east side. Calderis 4 putting more pressure on, now hitting generators again. How much generators do blue team have? All 6? Yes, all 6 up. Also have this contested node which is being shot at by double scouts. Devastators are set up here. Are we going to see the extended Carapace? We do see Rending Talons, really good melee weapon with Seismic Roar for some disruption. 499, 347, 75 DPS Rending Talons, so that is regular melee damage, still pretty high number. And we do see the Mastercrafted Bolter on Riku. He's going to use that to try and shut down the Lictor Alpha with full auto. If he gets close, Warrior Brood trying to rush the Devastators. There's a grenade. That was a very risky push from Floid. The Hive Tyrant does get in, but was that worth it? Lost 2 warriors and a whole bunch of Hormagaunts, 4 Hormagaunts. Iron Halo up for the Force Commander. Looks like he's gone for this to try and tank damage. Another Crippling Poison there. How long does it last for, Crippling Poison? Seems about 4 seconds or so. 499, 318 forces off. The Force Commander can now turn around and cap his natural back. Lots of pressure on the naturals early on. Silk Marine's jumping in again. Great synergy, of course, with the Apothecary, making him even more durable with his heals and general support. Tactical Marines decapping mid now. 50% faster cap than normal, alongside Orc Commandos who also have that benefit. Grenade in retreat path, taking out a bunch of Hormagaunts, and the Assault Marines finish them. That was the first squad loss from Calderis 4. No, in fact it wasn't. Illethor has lost his Tactical Marines. Wow. When the heck did that happen? 496, 313. Looks like Calderis 4 intends to get Menacing Visage. He has a Venom Brood on the way. Tier 2 for Floid. Ravener Brood are going to Burrow Strike. As you can see, it takes them a few seconds to complete it, but they do disrupt. Apothecary needs to be careful. He's backing off here. Assault Squad going after those Raveners. 300 health per model of normal infantry armor. They can bleed you quite badly, losing 2 models there. 496, even 297. Big VP lead for blue team, but can they keep it up? Red team now going into tier 2. Illethor, I think, should have waited and got Thunderhammer and Teleporter pack, but we'll see how he does. He's taken out Hormagaunts with his bolt pistol here. There's a Capillary Tower from the Infestation Global. Gives a buff to surrounding infantry. Tyranids, that is. There was the Seismic Roar. And now he's going after the Assault Marines with those Rending Talons, and they have to jump out. Down goes the Brood Nest. That was a global ability of the Hive Tyrant. Who is this tower? This is Calderis 4's tower. And it looks like he's going to be taken down. Yes, Hive Tyrant is in amongst the Devastators. A huge engagement here. Force Commander in the back there. Warrior Brood going after him with their Adrenal Glands. Leap into melee combat, heavy infantry, and a Zoanthrope is on the field for Calderis. Hive Tyrant still leading the line. Tome of Time from the Librarian of Illethor has buffed the Devastators with Veil of Time, and the Hive Tyrant might go down here. Yes, does go down. There's the Synaptic Shock. Or Synapse Backlash as some people call it, but it looks like blue team are going to keep this push up. Another Brood Nest from Floid. Zoanthrope hanging back for now, and blue team win the engagement. 416, 292. Here come Venom Brood trying to hit generators. They do a reasonable job with their Venom Cannons, but not when they're tied up by an Apothecary. Ravener Brood now going to decap the east side. Hive Tyrant revived by the Lictor, who's now level 2, has the Deadly Jump. Really awesome armor upgrade for him, allows him to disrupt and get into combat quickly. Also does a little bit of damage when he lands on you. Here comes that Librarian, support sub-commander for Space Marines. Starts off with a decent offensive spell though, and some good melee damage. Also inspires allies with each kill. You just saw it there. No allies around to inspire though. Whenever you get those thick yellow circles around a unit when they kill, it means they are inspiring. Autok does it, Librarian does it, Dreadnoughts do it and stuff. 382, 283, 1-to-1 cap. There's the Deadly Leap, easily countering these Devastators, going right into them. Does not have a melee weapon upgrade yet though, the Lictor. And here we see a Thunderhammer Force Commander with Artificer. So he's going to be very, very tough now with this Iron Halo. Going after the Warriors with that power weapon, this Thunderhammer. Awesome destruction from this thing. has a passive chance to knock back, and has a really powerful special attack as well with 360 knockback. Good pressure here from Illethor. 382-271. Had my doubts about double scouts versus Tyranids, but he's using it reasonably well so far. Did lose those tactical marines though, but I'd like to know when the heck that happened. Perhaps it was on my screen, I just didn't see it. Librarian with Veil of Time on the Devastators, boosting their speed and removing the need to set up, which is a huge advantage as you'd expect for a setup team. You can use it to get right in front of a unit and start firing, doing tons of damage from close range. There's the smite. Ouch. Does do less damage in elite compared to retail, the smite, but still very powerful. Assault Marines have their sergeant, gives them a power melee weapon, Apothecary levels 2, now fully kitted out, armor of purity and improved medical equipment. He'll be throwing out heals like crazy now. Zone threat gets jumped, needs to back off. Artillery unit for Tyranids, and it's in trouble here. Needs to put his shield up at least. He's going to lose it and does lose it, and there's the Synapse Backlash. Big loss for Calderis. Floid has the Doom of Malan'tai on the field. 379-268. Assault Marines jump out and didn't lose a model, down to half hit points, and I don't think they want to engage again, no. Tactical Marines forcing melee. Here come the Assault Marines again, getting a heal back into the combat. Hellfire rounds for Stern Guard now for Dark Riku. There is the Doom of Malan'tai, and there is the Psychic Storm. Good grief, almost wiped the Apothecary and a bunch of Marines there. If you saw my first look video, the Psychic Storm is a new ability that the Zone Thrope has compared to that video, which drains health in an area, doesn't return it to the zone, to the Doom, sorry, but very, very powerful. Looks like Dark Riku didn't know what it was. 361-268. Here he is then, a Doom of Malan'tai in a game for the first time. Sub-commander for Tyranids, lots of debilitation and area of effect. Goodness, he's going to decap. 361-268. Force Commander level 3 is going to revive the Apothecary, which will take him up to level 4. Floid has a decent amount of resources, could get a Carnifex reasonably seen, perhaps a Lictor. Here comes that Doom. As you can see, his energy does not naturally regenerate, but he just used Spirit Leech on the Force Commander there, which gives him a whole bunch of energy. I think it gives about 80 energy back and drains the energy from that Force Commander. Needs to use Absorb Life and Spirit Leech to get any energy back. Lictor Alpha needs to run. He's level 3, now has Toxin Miasma, Awesome Weapon and Menacing Visage. He can use that to force off the Assault Marines instantly. Force Commander level 4. Stone Guard Veterans behind cover. 356-257. Boom. There is Cataclysm from the Doom of Malan'tai. Big disruption and some damage over time left on the ground. Here's a tower. This is Calderis. But there is a plasma cannon for Riku, so we're going to have this bit of a standoff mid. 343-257. Bam! Big hit from the plasma cannon. The Doom of Malan'tai does not give the health regeneration synapse that Zone Thropes give. Losing a shield here, and now has no energy. Does have a vampiric basic attack though, so can gain health for every successful attack it makes. You see it gain in health there. It does have commander armor, so Hellfire rounds will be very dangerous versus a Doom of Malan'tai. Down goes the Hive Tyrant. This is a very risky engagement for Floyd. Needs to retreat those warriors. There is Absorbed Life from the Doom of Malan'tai, draining health from those Stern Guard and improving his health regeneration. But he's going to retreat here. 318-257. Scouts level 3. Red team retain mid. And Space Marines coming very strong in the late game, as they often do. Dark Riku has now level 3 Assault Squad, and a Thunderhammer Force Squad has done a very good job as well. There's the Flesh Hook, but there's full auto keeping him on his face, and now he runs away. Hellfire Rounds also getting shots in. 298, 257. Calderis 4 talking about something that's bugged. Carnifex on the field for Floid. 291, 257. Oh, he's talking about the flesh hook. Devastators are set up, covering mid. And down goes that capillary tower. Ravener Brood have survived for Calderis 4 level 2 now. And have enhanced muscle coil. 281, 257. There's the 2-1 for red. Can they hold on here? Doom of Malan'tai on the way for Calderis 4. We're going to see two of them. We also have a Thornback Carnifex from Floid. He'll be able to charge those Devastators. Has sent Rippers in ahead to tie them up. Rippers can be very difficult to deal with because you can't suppress them, and they're very difficult to hit with ranged weapons. 267, 257. Assault Terminators called in by Illethor and teleporting out of trouble. It looks like they were decapping, I think. 251, 257. Devastators with Veil of Time backing off. Looks like those are the Tactical Marines here that Illethor lost, but I didn't see. 237, 257. A double cap for red with Assault Terminators on the field. Is he going to get claws? Doom of Malan'tai would need to be incredibly careful if they do get claws. Can teleport on its face and rip it to pieces. 226, 257. Devastator sets up. Not going to do a lot to the Carnifex with the heavy bolter though. There is the Psychic Storm draining health from these guys. Devastators are staying in it. Now they retreat and they get away okay. Terminators now backing away. There is Veil of Time. They can't retreat, so need to just run. 211, 257 and Warrior Brood are capping mid. Hive Tyrant is down, needs to be revived. Here's a tier 3 Lictor from Calderis 4. As you can tell by the decorator, they do have heavy melee damage and some crazy DPS. It's almost 100 DPS I think they do. Kind of in the same realm of a Blood Crusher DPS. Almost at Dreadnought level, but of course they don't have splash damage. There was the Doom of Malan'tai using Absorb Life. Where is Calderis 4's Doom? Did he cancel it? Maybe he cancelled it and went for a Carnifex, going for the Barb Strangler. Las Cannon sets up. Carnifexes do have vehicle armor, so you do need anti-vehicle weapons to take them down. The Thornback Carnifex though is in melee. Can he finish them off? Bang, yes he can. 208, 229. Down goes the Las Cannon. Dark Riku has some Terminators of his own though. Our blue team going to be able to deal with two Terminator squads with Apothecary support. Apothecary taking back this east side, and red team are capping west side as well. Might get a 2-1 here. Floid is going to go and defend. Doom of Malan'tai still around, getting shots off. Those vampiric shots, of course, now back up to full health. 750 hit points he starts with. 208, 204. 1-1 cap. Looks like there's a drop pod there, so this stuff will be able to reinforce off it. That's just some rippers to annoy Riku. Doom of Malan'tai draining health from the Force Commander with Spirit Leech. Now has draining energy. Sorry. Now has over 150 to use. Force Commander forces off the Hive Tyrant, who has the bonded exoskeleton, I think, yes. And blue team retain mid, but here comes a big push now from red. Look at this. Termagants there. Floyd floating insane amounts of resources. What is he waiting for? Could get a Swarm Lord or another Carnifex or anything. Assault Marines in amongst the Termagants. They might wipe if Calderis 4 isn't careful. Now in retreats. And looks like they might just get away, but let's go back mid. There you saw the Barb Strangler from Calderis 4's Carnifex. This is an awesome aerial effect weapon with instant suppression. Doom of Malan'tai backs off and Force Commander caps mid. Lots of little Tyranid bodies around. And another Las Cannon up. This is Illithor's. And another Las Cannon. This is Dark Riku's second. His first one taken down by Floyd's Carnifex. What's going on here? Scouts trying to harass the VP but run into warriors, not what they want to do, especially without shotguns. There's a grenade. Nice idea by Illethor, but can't pull it off. Floyd was wise to it. There's another grenade though. That is awesomely done. Takes down a Warrior Brood model. spawn mines in amongst. These are Calderis 4s. They might have been spawned from the Carnifex or dropped from the Lictor's global bar. Force Commander now switches to his Power Fist, 85 DPS, heavy melee damage, and the awesome Flesh over Steel, 180, 190, 2-to-1 cap. Lictor Alpha is down. Assault Terminator is still around, as are Riku's ranged Terminators with Storm Bolters and Power Fists. And there's the 2-to-1 for red. Can they hold on? I would think they can, but here comes Floyd, Swarm Lord. Very late to get this thing on the field, had a lot of resources that he didn't spend. Hive Tyrant with the Crushing Claw though, 105 DPS, heavy melee damage. This Hive Tyrant will now do more damage than a Dreadnought in melee, but of course does not have the splash. Doom of Malan'tai getting very close here. There is Absorb Life. Needs to use Spirit Leech on that Force Commander, I think. Hive Tyrant finishes the cap with the Bonded Exoskeleton. Yes, there is the 2-to-1 for blue, but I don't think they're going to be able to hold it. There's a Smite. 162, 186. Calderis 4 floating tons of power. Here comes a Swarm Lord for Floyd. Super Unit 4 Tyranids gives you a speed and reinforcement Synapse, and that's going to be boosting the speed of the Stormback Carnifex as well. Has some very good melee DPS, but I don't think the Swarm Lord does splash damage. 154, 182 Las Cannon getting shots off. Ravener Brood burrow striking in. Not sure why they burrow striked in. They're not going to force melee on Terminators, are they? Force Commander getting chased by the Swarm Lord. Can he get one more attack? Swarm Lord is pretty quick, but cannot get that attack in, and Center is uncapped. One awesome finish here. 141, 182. Assault Terminators still with their Thunderhammers, keeping them with Thunderhammers, I think, because of the double Carnifexes and now that Swarm Lord to deal with. Where is Calderis 4's Carnifex? It might be back at base. Let's have a quick look. It's going back to base now. More Rippers spawned. Very, very annoying to deal with. 133, 182, 1-to-1 cap. Assault Squad now level 4. Have Thunder and Lightning. Plasma Cannon gets a big shot on that Carnifex there. And another Plasma Cannon from Dark Riku. This one is Illethor's. Needs to be careful now. Swarm Lord might want to use Leech Essence, much like Absorb Life from the Doom. Heals it up by draining health. Forces off the Plasma Cannon. Should go and tie up this Las Cannon now. There we go. Which promptly retreats. Loses a model, might lose another. Carnifex, I think, should go back to base. Did lose another. Exploded. Here's the tier 3 Lictor from Calderis 4. Really, really good unit. Starts with a leap and flesh hook and all that heavy melee damage as well. 133, 151. West side, pressure from Illethor. Hive Tyrant going up against him. Has that shield up. What is this? It's more Assault Terminators. Gene Stealers are there. And Floyd still does have his melee Synapse. Needs to get them near those Gene Stealers though. Down goes the Force Commander, sorry. And Gene Stealers in amongst Terminators who need to teleport out of there. Here comes the Carnifex and the Swarm Lord. Where the heck is the Doom? It's here. Looks like it was using Absorb Life on those Terminators. 133, 132. Gene Stealers are still chasing. These guys have their Rending Claws. And if they are under melee Synapse, these guys have 90 melee skill, which I'm pretty sure is the highest in the game, which makes them such a deadly melee squad. 127, 132. Doom of Malan'tai of Calderis 4 coming mid. There's a Tyrant formation. I assume that's Floyd's, but I'm not sure. Yes, it is Floyd's. Assault Terminator taking a lot of damage. Getting thrown around and lose a model to that Tyrant formation. Here come a bunch of Spore Mines spawned out of this Barbed Strangler Carnifex. There's the Cataclysm. Not going to knock back Terminators though. And Floyd's Doom needs some energy back. Shotgun Scouts. Hive Tyrant getting too close. Needs to retreat now, I think. 107, 132. Red team have mid. There's still that 2-to-1. Assault Squad still there. Gene Stealers trying to cap but they're under some crazy Hellfire DPS from level 3 Stone Guard. Wow. Veil of Time, Assault Terminators moving in. There's a lot of stuff here though. 2 Dooms, Assault Squad are going after it. Barb Strangle effects as well, which is almost level 2 now. What is this? That was the Cataclysm. And another Cataclysm back here. Cannot knock down those Terminators though. Need to be targeting Marines with it, I think. Especially these 2 Las Cannons. There is the Psychic Storm on the Force Commander, which is level 6. Even if this Carnifex has Barb Strangle, it still hurts in melee. Big disruption, big suppression on those Stone Guard there. Look at the damage it did with that shot. These Carnifex is unable to push aggressively because of these 2 Las Cannons that are set up. Not to mention Assault Terminators with Thunderhammers. 54-132. Red team take blue's natural here. There's a grenade on those Termagants. That was nasty. These guys have shotguns. Level 3 scouts. Should run away now though. Illethor. He's realised too late and loses them. 1-3-1. 1-3-2. Double cap for red. I think they have this. What an awesome game. Those double las cannons really helped, but taken down there by something. Swarmlord under huge amounts of pressure from double assault terminators with thunderhammers. Good grief. You need to run the heck away from there, Swarmlord. There's the Doom. Getting those vampiric shots still in. Proved to be pretty damn durable in this game. With absorb life and those vampiric shots going off. 14-1-3-1. There's the 2-1 for blue. Center is being decapped by the Terminators, but this is a crushing claw Hive Tyrant, smacking them good. They take some model, they decap and teleport away. Carnifex charges out, levels to 4. Level 4 Thornback Carnifex, over 2,000 hit points, well over 2,300. Red team capping mid. What is actually capping is the Force Commander, and he finishes the cap. Very, very brave. Assault Terminators need to Veil of Time the heck out of there. 11, 1, 2, 6, 2-1 cap. Hive Tyrant trying to decap. Stone Guard veterans using Avengers rounds. There's Angels of Death from the Apothecary. Merciless strike on the Gene Stealers, but Assault Squad properly run the heck away. Gene Stealers with, where are they? Over 1,600 hit points. Hive Tyrant cannot finish the cap. Or he can finish the cap. Yes, he did. Librarian did take him down though, but now runs away. Carnifex, level 4 Carnifex. Don't want to lose this thing. Taking last cannon hits. 7, 1-1-9. 2-1 cap for blue. Can red team push back? They have 3 Terminator squads. Level 4 Stern Guard, level 4 Assault Squad. Surprised nobody got a last cannon Predator on the field. Scouts are here with a grenade, misses everything. And Warrior Brood will try and decap and try and get the triple. Plasma Cannon is caught by Gene Stealers, not good, level 2. And here come red team again. Illethor is going to go for blue's natural, which I think is the right choice, because there's a lot of nasty stuff mid. 2 Dooms, a Carnifex, and a Swarmlord. Floyd's Carnifex has made it back to base. Can now regenerate its health. Hive Tyrant needs to get back out into the field. There's the triple cap for blue. Floyd and Calderis Refinery will try and keep red off their natural for as long as they can. Venom Brood get jumped. These guys do have their ranged synapse. 7-54. There's the double cap for blue. Red will take their natural back, and it's Stern Guard that are capping, so it will be capped faster. They have mid, but red team decaps their natural. Just Terminators just so tough with their storm shields, able to tank all this damage and maybe finish the cap. I think they will. Swarmlord needs to use Storm of Blaze to try and knock them off the cap here, but has not used it. Where is that Carnifex? Still healing up for Floyd. And Terminators finish the cap and teleport out. There's the 2-1 for red, and that might be it for 43. And they're decapping mid as well. I think this is it. GG, and there is the game. No, it's a 1-1 cap. And there is the single though, because they decapped mid. Wow. What an awesome 2v2. Space Marines coming through strong at the end. Tyranids has a lot of stuff though, all those carnifexes, all those dooms though, not terribly effective versus Terminators, which I think is what is let down blue team. They did reasonably well though, survived very long. Floyd's got to level 3 with almost 1,000 hit points. Calderis was still level 1. Awesome stuff. I'm sure I missed tons of it. Thank you for watching, guys. I will see you next time.